Key components of Agile. Let's break down the key components of Agile using relatable terms to make these concepts more understandable. 1. Product backlog. A dynamic list of features, enhancements, bug fixes, and other product requirements prioritized by the product owner. The backlog is continuously updated based on stakeholder feedback and changing requirements. Think of the product backlog as a to-do list for a project. It includes all the features, fixes, and improvements needed for the product and is prioritized by the product owner. This list is dynamic, meaning it gets updated regularly based on feedback and new requirements. 2. Sprint. A sprint is a set period, usually 1 to 4 weeks, where the team focuses on completing a specific set of tasks from the product backlog. The goal is to produce a small functional piece of the product that can be reviewed and potentially released. Think of a sprint as a cooking session where you plan to prepare a few dishes. You set aside a specific amount of time to cook, aiming to complete these dishes by the end of the session. At the end of the cooking session, you should have a few dishes ready to serve. Just like at the end of a sprint, you should have a usable piece of the product. 3. Sprint planning. Sprint planning is a meeting where the team decides what they will work on during the upcoming sprint. They choose tasks from the product backlog based on their priorities and the team's capacity and set goals for what they aim to accomplish. For example, before your cooking session, you plan what dishes you will prepare based on the ingredients you have and how much time you can spend cooking. You decide which recipes to follow and set a goal for what you want to serve by the end of the session. 4. Daily stand-ups. These are short daily meetings where team members quickly discuss what they worked on yesterday, what they plan to work on today, and any obstacles they're facing. It's a way to keep everyone informed and address issues promptly. Imagine a daily check-in during your cooking session. Each cook quickly shares what they worked on yesterday, what they'll focus on today, and if they need help with anything. This keeps everyone aligned and helps address any issues that come up in real time. 5. Sprint. Review. At the end of the sprint, the team holds a review meeting to showcase what they've completed. Stakeholders provide feedback and the team discusses what changes might be needed for the next sprint. At the end of your cooking session, you present the dishes you've prepared to your guests. They taste the food, provide feedback, and you discuss any adjustments you might need to make for future cooking sessions based on their input. 6. Sprint retrospective. After the sprint review, the team reflects on how the sprint went. They discuss what went well, what didn't, and how they can improve their process for the next sprint. After the party, you and your team of cooks reflect on how the cooking session went. You discuss what recipes worked well, what could have been better, and how to improve the next cooking session to make it even more successful. 7. Increment. An increment is the sum of all the completed tasks from a sprint. It should be in a usable state, even if it's not released immediately. Each increment builds on the previous one, gradually creating the final product. The increment is like a series of completed dishes you've prepared during your cooking sessions. Each dish is ready to serve, even if you're planning to present them all together at a later time. Each completed dish contributes to the overall meal.